Greeting to SEMS. A very good evening to everyone present here. I, Harsh Valswal, your host on behalf of SEMS Welfare Foundation and entire team. Welcome you all for today's knowledge session on Money Senses 101 Making Money Work for You. Let me introduce about our organization SEMS. SEMS Welfare Foundation, a registered non-profit organization, is dedicated to social impact across various sectors. We focuses on education, particularly skill development and entrepreneurship. Through our initiative Business Section, we have created training programs in IT, finance, retail, and entrepreneur, impacting over 6,000 individuals. We are currently upskills in inmates in Haryana jails and collaborating with universities and colleges. We are also partnered with banks to place over 1,500 candidates in job in just a short time. SAMS has established itself as a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women's leadership in various industries. Now let me introduce about the speaker. Please give a warm welcome Amy Shetty. She have 20 plus year of experience in SAS consulting, business transformation and technology implementation. She specializes in helping businesses optimum operation scales effectively and drive digital innovation. As a co-founder and digital transformation enabler, she has successfully designed and developed end-to-end SAS solution, empowering organization to leverage technology for efficiency, automation, and strategic growth. She has also key expertise as AAS consultancy and implementation, driving, adapting, integration, and ROI optimization of SAS platforms, business and digital transformation, developing scalable strategies that align technology with business goals. Process automation and optimization enhance operational efficiency through workforce automation, governments and advisory, providing insight into digital transformation, corporate strategies, and risk management. As an advocate for digital first strategies, she aimed to support organizations by serving as an independent director, bringing expertise in technology, adopting governments, and regulatory compliances. Now, hand over to you.
Okay. So thank you very much, Harsh. That was pretty insightful knowing about the organization and meeting the audience today. So let me know once you can see my screen. That makes more sense, right? Because key is just to make sure we are on the same page. Yep. Yeah. So is everyone able to see the screen, please? Can you confirm, Harsh, for me?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, amazing, lovely. So let me quickly just help you with just a brief introduction, which I guess what Harsh mentioned, you can actually read through on LinkedIn about who I am. Though just a little, why this topic, Money Sense 101, making money work for you. Ideally, it is all about money that we live today, that either we want lifestyle or anything. But is money working for you or are we working for money? That's the key question. And that's what brings on me being a entrepreneur. I really believe the Panya Buddhi, which every individual should have, should know the basics about something. And that's the reason this topic for you today. So let's start with a small, quick poll, which I would like to check with each one of you. So, if you can just help me, how many of you actually track your spending? Let's start with a small poll and let's see how many of you track your spending. Maybe let me stop sharing my screen right now. Otherwise, I won't know how many are actually pinging up in terms of how many of you. What you can do is in the poll, just in the messages, if you can just share your answer to it. So I would just make it more contextual rather than just a PPT based conversation. Okay, can I see the chat? I'm not sure of it because I don't see any comments on that. Out of 16, I'm assuming a couple of them are for sure the participants. So, yes. Do you see any answer somewhere? Harsh, if you can help me if somebody has messaged yes, no, anything.
Ma'am, there is no message in chat box.
Oh, so participants can't message also? I mean, so there's no messages, right? That's the key.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no worries. Then that means I'm assuming that Nobody is. Okay, let me share my screen back again. Let me know if there are more answers if comes up. So let me share another poll. I mean to say, I know how who's already investing or savings regularly. Is there any answer for that? Because then I know my audience is more of a bot and not really participative. Harsh, do let me know if there are some answers popping in.
Ma'am, no answer in chat box.
Pretty much audience is more on a listening mode or getting a certificate. Lovely, no worries. So let me read a page
Ma'am
from a
is
book
receiving one message by Joxel R
that he's investing. Yes, no, I'm not sure what the answer would be.
savings.
Savings, amazing, wonderful. So now let me start reading a book to you, a page from a book, okay? And the book is called as Psychology of Money. I'm not sure if anyone would have read, but I'm reading this page especially to start what the context I'm setting, okay? Ronald Reed was born in rural Vermont. He was the first person in his family to graduate high school, made all the more impressive by the fact that he hitchhiked to campus each day. For those who knew Ronald Reed, there wasn't much else worth mentioning. His life was about as low key as they come. Reed fixed cars at a gas station for 25 years and swept floors at J.C. Penney for 17 years. He bought a two-bedroom house for $12,000 at the age of 38 and lived there for the rest of his life. He was widowed at the age of 50 and never married. A friend recalled that his main hobby was chopping firewood. Reed died in 2014, age 92, which is when the humble rural janitor made international headlines. 28 lakh 13,503 Americans died in 2014. Fewer than 4,000 of them had a worth of over $8 million when they passed away. Ronald Reed was one of them. In his will, the former janitor left 2 million to his stepkids and more than 6 million to his local hospital and library. Those who knew Reed were baffled. Where did he get all the money? It turned out there was no secret. There was no lottery and no inheritance. So that's all about what I'm going to talk about. If you just want to refer this, you can just Google later on who was Ronald Reed, and you will know that he was just a cleaner, a janitor. And then that's what he made more money. So, as many of you would be stepping out and earning your first salary, it is very critical to you to know that it's not money that runs you, but it's how you manage your money that makes it work. So, with this thought, this will be your future when many people would say, I guess the picture speaks for itself, that payday and after 2 days, you are actually broke again because you will not have any money unless you know how to manage it. So let's just start out with one clear agenda that it is not about money, it is about the mindset what you need to set. Money is not the medium and not the goal, is a medium and not the goal. So you can't say that I would have crores and lakhs of money. So is this statement quite agreeing? Do you agree to the statement or not? So that's another question to each one of you before we jump into an exercise that we each one of needs to do. So that's a question to you. Do you agree it's a mindset or it's a thought? Okay, I have a couple of messages. Oh, my voice is not clear, is it, Harsh? Because I hear there was a message by someone a couple of seconds back.
Your voice is clear.
Okay, so Arsh, am I audible to you? If
Yes,
yes,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear.
wow, great. So now what I want you to do is I am going to be a very typical old style, maybe a teacher style. Can you bring a pen and paper? Or if you are around, I want each one of you to do one thing. And I'm going to share my screen again. And that's what you will have to do. I want each one of you to list down 10 things that you want to do before you turn 40. What I want you to do is list down 10 things that you would do before you turn 40. Let me share the screen again, so which helps you of what and how do you expect it to do. Okay, so let me start with it. Now, can you see a screen which says my wish list and 10 things? So, what you need to do is just pick up a paper, or if you have an Excel sheet, just write it down. And what would you write down is my wish list. So, for example, I'm saying I want to travel on cruise. Okay. Then I want you to list down other things. I want to buy a home. So I give you 2 minutes. Let me give 3 minutes. I want you to list down 10 things that you want to accomplish before you are 40. I repeat, or you can reverse it around by the time you are 40. So it's a critical part that you participate in the activity, or it's more about we just following a game and not really going ahead. Yep. So yes. So if you have any questions regarding what you need to, you can just ping me in the message of what are we expect to write in the wish list if you have any doubts. So lovely. No questions so far. So we will wait for another. I have set my timer to see that I'm not waiting too much or I'm doing quickly going ahead to the next point. Okay, no questions. So now, while you are filling in this, I also want you to say that if I want to do a travel on cruise, how much money would I need? Today's value. So, for example, I can just do a simply Google search that if I want to go on a cruise, how much it will cost me. For example, for the class I want to go, it might cost me 1,25,000. And a house, if I want to buy, I might need minimum of 4 crores staying in Mumbai, minimum 4 crores as an investment, which I would need to. So I want you to list down your 10 things and the amount against each, what it will cost you today. I give you a couple of minutes before we jump into the next actionable for us. So, what I want you to do is each one of you, wow, lovely, Joel, Joy, right? I have got an amount for him for total 10 items or it was one item. So, you said for the cruise, right? What I want each one of you to do is list down those, make a total of it, and message me in the chat of how much is the amount that you look forward to. You can just hypothetically give a number. I'm not going to come and check your number, nor I'm checking your wish list. The wish list is purely yours. So, for reference, let me start building it. I need a wardrobe that's the best in class. So, I think I will need 25 lakhs for this. I'm just 2,50,000. Let me be little realistic for me. Then I want to go on a world tour and I need approximately 7 lakh rupees, which is too low, but just keeping it myself a little down to earth and grounded. I want to climb Mount Everest. Okay, sorry, spell mistake. Everest. Bear me with if there are mistakes. I would need minimum of 25 lakh, the whole camping, everything. Of course, you need to do a little Google search if you need details of it. Then I want to go white river rafting. That can happen in India too. And for that, I just might need 25,000 rupees. I want to do air dive, skydiving. Let me use the word skydiving, and I need approximately 1,25,000 if I do it in India. If I do it in Australia, I might need 7 to 8 lakhs for traveling. Then I want a farmhouse because I heard the house. Now I need a farmhouse again, which for which I'm saying I'm picking up the same amount. Okay, and do I need anything else? Okay, I need an amazing PlayStation, best in class with chair, studio, everything. I might need 2,50,000. I need an amphitheater. Okay, I need a theater at home. And I'm saying I might need 7 lakhs again for that. Okay, so I have just made a hypothetical figures and amounts for you. Once you are ready, I want you to share what's your total. What does it say? What's your total? The reason is the next step involves your total amount. What you think today? It's purely what you think today at this hour. Might change tomorrow. So, do we have? Wow, that's lovely, Joy. I guess I have one active participant who's flowing in. Oh, so considering that I have one active, let's do what happens next. What you need to do is ask yourself what would be the best interest rate that market would give me for this, and maybe 2% per annum, because if I have a fixed savings account, they might give me 4%. That is, if I divide that by 12, I'll get 0.33% per month. Is this hypothetical condition correct? Do we agree on it? Should I take 4 or 5% or 6% or 7%? Tell me, what is the interest rate do you think I should consider a bank gives me, or per annum? Which is the lowest and which I say could be a assured one. Any thoughts on it? Okay, 2 to 2.6%. Let me say 2.6%, 6.2%. Sorry, and that comes to 0.52%. That means per month, the amount if I have this much of fund, if I put it in fixed deposit, because that's an example of fixed deposit, what I need is 65,000 rupees. Let me round it up, sounding better, 65,000 rupees. Do we agree on it? What I want you to do is, please come to your number. What would be that? So, Karishma, you need 2.9. And so, let's look at it. My number. So, whatever the number comes in, so let's say Karishma had given me a number of 2.90. So, let's say 2 crore 90 lakhs. Is the number right? Okay, let's put this number that backs better, right? So, it's 2.90. 2 lakh 2 crore 90,000 at 4%. Let me be realistic. The interest rate, the interest collected, that's at 0.33 per month, comes to, okay, have I done it right? Yes, it is 96,666. Is the correction, is the logically maths right? You might be just smarter enough. If my numbers are wrong, you can just tell me. Okay, so just hold on. You don't need to share the number what is coming here, but I want you to hold on to the number with you. So once each one of you get it, if you have an option, can you just pick up and do a reaction and thumbs up? So I know that how many thumbs up are coming. Just do a thumbs up on the reaction, and we know that okay, things are going on. We have got the answers. One, two, three. Harsh did tell me that there will be an MBA kids. They are more proactive, younger, and energetic. But I'm assuming it's less of proactive thanks to Karishma and Joy that at least two people are participating and making it little more interesting for me to say that I'm not talking to walls. Lovely. Okay, so just hold on to this number and I'm going to switch back to my presentation again. And the reason I'm switching back to the presentation is that we need to know the next step. Okay, so let me go back over here. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen right over here. Oh, sorry, I shared a wrong screen. I prefer I'll share the whole screen so I don't miss on sharing a wrong screen. Okay, so now let's share that again. Okay, so now let's know what's cash flow. Okay, now the critical thing is I identified what's my goal, what's my milestone, and why do we need it. Okay. Coming back to Ronald Reed, the story which we read, he was just a janitor and still he made a lot of money. And there are a lot of people who can make a lot of money and can become a roadpati the next day. So it's very critical. It's not about whether you are intelligent enough, how you want to know whether you are rich, you're wealthy, but a wealthy person can become poor again because of market situation. In 2008, a crisis came in and a lot of people got bankrupt. Similarly, Kingfisher, amazing airline, a lavish lifestyle, that person is nowhere today. Maybe he's hidden somewhere and enjoying his money, but publicly he has lost everything. So it's very critical to know it's not about the money you make today, it's what money builds up when you are sleeping. And that's what we are going to understand today. And that's basic finance, basic fundas. Maybe we all know it. Maybe it's just refreshing and restructuring, going back to what we really need to know. Okay. Any doubt, any questions, please stop me because someone gets to talk, they might talk more. Okay. What I'm going to do is sharing my screen again. I'll share this as an Excel sheet with each one of you. Later, so you can use this for your reference and a homework. What I want you to do is, if any one of you are working today, okay, I mean, if you have a salary coming in, make an Excel sheet, write down your monthly salary. For example, let me say I'm withdrawing 25,000 a month. That means my monthly salary is 25,000 today. Very simple balance sheet, nothing wrong. It's no rocket science. Then I also get some tuition fees. I'm doing some tuitions along. So I have some tuitions, yeah. And I get 5,000 a month. Please make note, I'm talking about a monthly inflows that I'm getting. So what I'm getting is monthly salary. By the way, everyone in this part as a participant can just check for themselves. Not necessary a student, everyone can do that. Do you get any interest? Oh, I have a saving account where there are 1,000 rupees and I get some 10 rupees per annum, which will be 1 rupee per month. So let's assume that 10 rupees is an interest that you get. That is monthly, not annually. So annually, if you're getting 1,200 rupees, just divide it into 12. So you know that you are getting an interest or a dividend or a rent payout. If you have rented a house or something, that depends on whether you have it at this age, if you have started investing and savings. So what you will get is a total number. Just sum this all and you will get a total monthly payout. Okay. So once you are done, let me know if you have any questions on monthly income. Sorry, that's where I wrote wrong. Monthly income. Do you have what's your total monthly income? Any questions? Any doubt? Take your time, pick up a paper, write down your questions. Job security is in question mark. Yes, Joe, I will be coming to it. Yes. King Siffers. Yes, possibly. So now what I want you to do is, can you just make a list of it and do not share it with me, make it on your paper, and please, I can actually share this right away if I have an option. Can I share a file? Let me see if I have an option. Yes. Okay. What I've done is, just for reference for everyone, did I give a direct message? I had to give it to all, right? Meeting group chat. Sorry. So I will upload it here. Okay. I've shared an Excel sheet with each one of you. Can you just check on your chat if you want to use the same Excel sheet, or you can refer it later? What I want you to do is give a total of your monthly income. Okay. Once your monthly income is done, come back to the monthly expense, which is very easy because everybody has a spend. I have my college fees, I have my tuition fees, I have my monthly payouts. Let's say 15,000 because I don't pay rent, I'm staying with my family. Oh, I have a mobile phone which has an EMI. So that goes for 1,000 rupees, which is an EMI. Whatever spend you have. Oh, I have my hotel bills that come, I eat in canteen, which comes to around approximately 2,500 minimum I spend in my canteen. List down all the possible expenses. Oh, I have my friend's birthday coming randomly in a year, so I gift average. I have 20 friends, I give them average 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees or 100 rupees. So party spend, let me say approximately 1,500 a month because I'm just doing it across, dividing it in a year. List down all your expenses and make a detail of it, and you will get your 20,000 as a total spend that you are doing for the month. Average it out. It might not be hypothetically or realistic, but you are dividing your annual spend, annual divide by 12, that gives you the total spend. Once these two numbers are there, just let me know if it's a heads up. Okay. Anyone to say an heads up, or shall I continue? I'm assuming I'm continuing. People join and go. I give you a minute. Please look at it. Make it in an Excel sheet or in a paper. Your income and expense. Two things which I want you to share. Complete it right away. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay. Any questions? 120 type of expenses in a day. Expense of one family can afford it. I have list of 120 type of expenses. Sorry, I didn't get it. Maybe you were asking that you 120 type of expenses. Not sure. Can you just elaborate? I mean to say, what are you asking exactly? Okay. Okay, I have too many WhatsApp going around. Okay, let me do one thing. Now move to the next part. I have got my total income. I have got my total expenses. So we understand it's a common thing, right? We learn in our college, we talk about it. What's income, what's expense. Now the another part it starts it. Let's talk about assets. Assets also we have learned a lot. Anything in my bank account, whatever I own it. So let's start talking about bank account. I have 5,000 rupees in my bank today. Here it's not annual, here it's the total value that you have in. Okay. Then fixed deposit. Okay. How much fixed deposit do I have? I have an fixed deposit of a lakh rupee. Do I have anything in stocks? Don't worry about market going down or up. We are just talking about stocks. Oh yes, I have invested 2,50,000. So I have stocks, that's 2,50,000 with me. Mutual funds, yes, I have 25,000 so far. And any jewelry? Yes, couple of them which I'm wearing right now with gold level market going up. Let me say I have 10 grams of gold. I have 1 lakh rupee of gold jewelry. That says total assets is 4,80,000. Okay. Now it's a little private. So of course I want you to close your book, put book it and don't share it with me. But if you have any questions on assets, please make sure it should not be a depreciating asset. So don't mistaken, but don't add your cars as an asset or your mobile phones as an asset. Don't worry, we are not talking about tax here at all. That's so very so I'll just love we all worry about how much tax I need to pay. Do not worry about taxable or everything. It's not at all about tax. It's about how much is Is money making working for me, or I am working for the money, is the objective that we want to arrive after in next 5 minutes, because we still have just 25 minutes to go before we agree and learn something. The key objective is just to learn. So don't worry about taxable income. Tax is something which people cry about, but I say, if I really have to give back to the society, it's good way. I'm contributing towards society. You should always give to the government. So you're contributing. It's a charity that we're doing to the government. Never ever considered as a questionable thing. It's a part responsibility of us. Okay, now let's talk about liability. If you have taken a college fees as a loan, of course your parents might would have taken, but as a college, you might have a college loan which you need to repay on your balance sheet. So maybe for my masters, I took up 2,50,000 for graduation or for a masters. Add that as a repayment of my college loan, because then this will also add as in my EMI spent, right? That's what, it's just more of a reflection. And if in case I have bank and FDs, I know I can earn interest and dividends on it. It's just more ensuring that you don't miss on any part of it. I give you a minute before I share my another screen again. Okay, no feedback is also a good feedback. So now, before we go ahead, I want to introduce one concept which I have learned long back from my one of the favorite author. I'm not sure how many of you have read now. Today's generation don't speak much about it, in at least in a decade, but at least 5 years back, he was spoken a well lot about, and that's called Rich Dad and Poor Dad. I don't know whether how many of you have heard of this book and heard of Robert Kiyosaki, the man behind who wrote the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad. He has the one basic principle. It's not where you are born, it's about how do you die is in your hand. You might be born in any family, any financial situation, but when you die, it is all about where you die. How rich your bank balance was, how well you known you were, it's all about in your hand. It has nothing to do with the family, it's about your discipline. So for that, let me help you understand the key of how money works for you, right? Because that's where the concept comes: active income and passive income. You might have heard of this terminology, right? So what is active income? Active income is when I give 1 hour, I get money for 1 hour. I invest 2 hours, I get money for 2 hours. That means active income is all about, if I give 1 hour, I get 1 hour compensation. If I give 2 hour, I get 2 hour compensation. It is about my active involvement. Then only I get money. And the other part is passive income. Passive income is, even if you are sleeping, the money still flows in because you are not part of it. That means you invest money in a fixed deposit, you're not working anything, but you still get 4% interest per annum. What we forget to see, 4%, what happens in 4%? Boss, that 4% is coming without your active involvement. So that's the two primary difference of active and passive. So if you have any question on an active passive, please do ask me, because the next step or anything is all about active and passive income. Being a master graduate, being in a college, I understand majority of you know it. Majority of the people you walk on the path, meet on the road, actually know the difference. But still, we all are not crorepati, or like Robert Reed, who died a millionaire, right? So with this very important thing, let's understand how many of us are in active and passive. According to each one of you, please tell me, in this four people, you see employee, business, self-employed and investors. Tell me which is the category which are active and which is passive. So, a question to all of you. Tell me, out of this four, which are active and which are passive. So, question here is, out of four, that is employee, self-employed, business owners and investors, which is a passive income? Yes, Joy. And if I want to be a passive income person, what are the different invoice? Okay, right? So what I would do is, let's come back again on my screen. I'll share my screen again just to make sure we are all on the same page. Okay, Harsh, just let me know if I miss on the timelines, right? Because when I talk, I might miss on it. I'll make sure it's last couple of things before we come to the numbers in case I miss on it, right? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So now, when I'm doing a job, that means I have 8 hours with me and I am actually exchanging my 8 hours for a salary. But please mind it, as per Indian labor law or Indian Act, I'm not paying you for 8 hours. And US, they might say it is an hourly exchange. I'm paying for 365 days. As an entrepreneur, when I hire someone, I'm hiring for 365 days. The reason is you work for 8 hours, but 8 hours I want you peace of mind, and that's the reason salaries are paid. And it's not waited. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So, understanding it that you are not working for 8 hours and getting paid for 8 hours. You have joined an organization for 365 days, and that's where the CTC comes in play. So, there's a difference between saying I get hourly paid. No, those are laborers who get hourly paid because if they don't work, they don't get money, right? So, please make a note of difference. A salary employed is a monthly binding that I get for our Yep. Okay. Next is that once the employee, I can move. Oh, I'm doing good as a CTC employee. I am a visual designer. Let's take an example of a visual designer. He will say that if I'm getting paid at 25,000 per month and I'm working for 40 hours a week, actually, why can't I really charge 2,500 per hour? That means if you pick up a calculator and you will see that even if I do a tuitions, right? For example, I just 500 rupees per hour, that is 500 into 40 is equal to 20,000 rupees, whereas I'm getting a salary of 40,000 as a teacher, as a person. Do you think I should go ahead as a self employed? But there's a price that comes to it. Please make a note of it. An employees work towards security, that my minimum cash is managed. Now, self employed are freelancers, but still they have to invest 1 hour. So, every hour they invest, they work, they get paid. But they don't need to do sales, promotion, everything. But of course, I have more freedom than an employee. I have more, my price is higher than an employee. Now, let's move to the next part. Business owner. I run a business. I have 10 people doing visual designing. That means I have 10 employees. I have 40 into 10 hours a week, and I'm actually selling the services to my customer, and I'm going to add a price on it. But a business owner still needs to be part of the business, so that visual designer don't start his own company or jump into another company. I need to still do more of sales to get it right. Just Upwork might help self-employed, but for business owner, I need to attend meetings, network, everything. I need to take the risk. I need to make sure the salaries are paid. I need to make sure. So still there is an I component to do this business churning. A business owner is also an active income, right? I hope you understand the percentage of returns. My price value per hour is increasing, but not so. Even an employee have 365 days, 24 hours in a day. Self-employed 24 hours a day. Business owner 24 hours a day. But still, I'm just exchanging my hours. The benefit over a business owner is that I'm actually investing two employees. That means I have 24 plus 24 and my 24. That means 36 hours if I just have two employees, right? So my hours, that 24 hours is higher but still active. Now let's talk about investor. Who's an investor? Not necessarily I have crores of rupees, I invest, I become an investor. I need to look, am I a passive investor, right? So now with this thought, I'm going to jump back to the Excel sheet. Right now, let's understand what's your active income. Okay, so I hope we were on the same page. Active income is where I am investing my time, and passive income is the one where I'm not investing my time. I'm free. My even if I sleep, the money will still come in. So I want you to do is list on this total income how much is the active income and how is the passive income. So what I will do is my active income is 25,000 rupees. No, my active income is 25,000 plus 5,000, that is 30,000. So my 30,000 rupees is my active income. And how much is my passive income? My passive income is this 100 rupees, because I am actually not doing anything. I just invested and the money is coming in. So I hope it is clear. You need to understand the difference between active and passive. Any doubts, any questions, please ask me before we go ahead. All yours if you have any questions. Okay? Any questions? I guess there are a couple of people waiting in the room. I just admitted them. Okay. Bank interest, rent. Yes. Yes. These are the one which are my passive income because I'm not doing anything. The bank is working, the bank is investing. The owner, the person who stays in my house is paying the rent. I'm not working for it. The house is working for me. The stock market is working for me. Mutual fund is working for me. Yes, very much right. Okay, now let's look at the other part of it. So, if you see my expenses are still the same, expenses don't change. Now, if you see my balance is 8,600, right? That means my I still save 8,600. But imagine someday something happens to me or this income don't go away. How much is the deficit that I have? How much is the deficit that I have? This is something I need to compensate. Your passive income should always be higher than your income. So, what do you mean by that? My passive income, that means this part of it, the day your passive income, okay, sorry, wrong color picked, the passive income has to be higher than the income, expenses, sorry. The day this 100 is more than 21,500, in this given example, you are actually free to take a 1 month holiday for sure, right? As you grow. But how much of the passive income do you really need to take a 365 days of holiday, or you day I need to retire? Is the day when you want to come to this wish list. This is the amount of monthly passive income you should get for you to decide that you need to retire. Please make a note of it. I can retire at 35 if I can make this. So it's all about the investments and returns that you get on investments. The variation might still come. The stock market can go down a little here and there. The property market will go down. But at the same time, when everything goes down, there's something else also going down. So I hope it makes sense that you have to keep an eye on your expense. Whatever you are earning is it by default will come. You need to focus how much are you spending because your passive income needs to be that much, right? So before I go ahead, any questions, let me know. I have one question here. Don't worry about cumulative profit. You just need to work out on the profit income that you earn in a passive income, everything. Cumulative is the benefit that you earn over a period of years. Yes, I guess I have only one participant. Others do hope they get a benefit out of what I'm sharing today. And so, let me not take much of time. I'll jump on to the next. I hope my screen is visible. I'll share my entire screen again. Okay, so I hope the key is the prudence. What is financial prudence? In reality, the prudence is to keep an eye on your spend, also on your passive income. Your current income becomes obsolete if market goes down. 2008, a market crisis came. Maybe this generation might have not seen it, but please keep an eye. 2025 is very extremely uncertain. US policies, IT market crashing, foreign policies coming in, war in line. Gold price is one of the sign where you see that the market is going different, right? Please understand every market has a trend. So if you see, ideally stock market every 7 years keep on cyclic change. Property market every 20 years, gold market every 30 years. You will see a spike. If you know to look at graphs, please Google search and see how the graph of gold has increased, how the stock market, even if it falls down, it will correct. But it is all about the time, not just the timing. It is also about timeline that you invest. So being prudent is about keeping in check on your expenses, keeping a check on your passive income. One of the golden rule which every student or every individual, which my father taught me well. Sorry, I just jump on the screen. That's 50, 30, 20. Now, what I want to do is 50% whatever you earn. If you are just out of college, please assume 50% you never got the salary. Just make a saving out of it. And the first 12 months, you should not worry about stock market. People do hurry that let me give in a mutual fund or anything. Your first objective. So, for example, let me give you an example over here that I'll come back with my Excel sheet. Your first salary, what you get a planning of, for example, I will not be very under, I would just want to be simple, right? I don't want to hypen the number. So for my monthly salary is I'll get 24,000 or 25,000 a month. Let's keep it 25,000 a month. Out of this, 50%, right? So that means I have to make sure how much is my annual CTC, which is in hand, right? It is 3 lakh rupees. My first objective should be there, that I should have a fixed deposit. What I'm referring is, I'm still old style. Fixed deposit should be in my bank. Reason is, if market goes down, if job crisis comes, I still have a backup to find a next job. I'm not really drying and jumping on any job that I get in hand just for survival, right? So 50% should go in saving, and out of that, you should keep in mind the first priority to fill in should be my fixed deposit. Second is, I am not an insurance agent or something, but I do prefer you should pick up a term policy, and minimum term policy on your day one, life term policy. Do not worry about what you get in return. You should have a term policy of 3 lakh rupees minimum the day you get the first seat. I mean, so whatever is your CTC amount should be your term policy. In case something happens to you, you being a bread earner for the family at least gets a provision for 1 year. I mean, that's pretty naive to say this, but I'm happy to say that at least protecting that much of it. Second is starting with a mediclaim, right? Of course, that's something. The reason is, I'm just ensuring my fixed savings. So minimum premium again, which is equivalent to your your CTC. Just benchmark your CTC and start doing the reverse way round, just as a first step. Please make note, it is a first step. Do not worry about annual payouts. You might pay a little higher premium, go for monthly to start with in your first salary, right? These are your spend which you're booking on the day one. Then what I said is, next other, if you see, where is my screen? Yeah, 30 is what all your spend, everything happens. So you should accommodate all your spend in that 30%, right? Let 30% be your spend, which are not your spend, which are your fixed spend, and 20% is okay, enjoy yourself. I would not say enjoy yourself, but this is your lavish. These are my needs and these are my wants. Ideally, if you start bifurcating it, the 50% should happen, and you also start with mutual fund. Please make a note of it. I feel I might be old style, a traditional one. Before you go to stock market, you should have a mutual fund. And I am still a typically old style. I used to have gold coins. Every Akshay Tritiya, so that's an old style that will be worked. Every month we used to buy small gold coin. Now the gold price has gone up, but you have lot of options to buy gold in SIP or in parts of it. You can start even 1,000 rupees invest. So there are multiple things that you can go ahead and start your saving. But please make sure emergency funds are basics, because stock market in emergency don't work. So stock market and mutual fund should be later on part. The first is fixed deposit. Your first salary should be taken care that way. Now, as my time is about, it's only a couple of minutes. Let me run through fast. The real traps which you should avoid. PNPL. Buy now, pay later. Please do not get into it. Buy your assets in loan or credits, but your expenses, anything a depreciating asset should be cash. If you don't have a cash, please don't go ahead and buy an iPhone. Do not go ahead and buy an expensive gadgets. That's a wrong culture that is actually dangerous. To start your roots, please make sure you keep an eye. Of course, everybody would be saying, I'm just repeating it. Credit card misuse, please never ever use 30% of your more than 30% of the limit. It impacts your credit score, right? Your CIBIL score will have a hard hit. Never ever use more than 30% of your credit card limit. Okay? I hope it makes sense. Do not worry about lifestyle. You need to always consider the amount which I had given on the lifestyle. Inflation, market goes expensive, time is about to be up, so I'll just quickly peer. And do not get into the peer pressure. Do not buy an Armani suit because everybody is buying. Do not buy a latest phone because everybody is buying. Please make sure when you grow 30, you will have the enough money to spend. When you will have 40, you will have enough spent for a luxurious trip. Today, you can go on a road trip. You won't need to spend much on that. So please make sure don't get into the spending traps. And just to conclude, I know there might be questions, but you can always drop a note. Please make sure mindset, money is all about mindset. Start early, avoid traps, build assets today. Even buying that 1 gram or 100.001 gram gold makes a lot of sense. Please build assets. And two books I would like you to recommend. One is Rich Dad and Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And the second one, which I'm just showing you right now, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It's a beautiful book very easy story based books. You should love read it if you get time. And two games which I've played since my childhood. One is Monopoly and Business World. You will not know how your attitude changes, and it changes dramatically. And I assure you, your life will be beautiful if you have money in your account when you need it and not to ask others. Yeah. And with this, I guess I have exactly just 4 minutes before Harsh tells me that it's time up. So if you have any questions, please do drop a note. And otherwise, yep, I guess we already have an audience who have already left out. So that's it from my side on Money Sense 101. It's all about making money work for you and not you working for money. Thank you, Joy. Yes, Harsh. Yes, it's all over to you. I hope it was an insightful thing which added value for people who wants to say make money work for them.
On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to sincerely thank Amy Shetty, our outstanding speaker today. We had a chance to hear a fantastic and through-provoking session about Money Senses 101, making money work for you. Today, through a remarkable ability to convey information, Amy Shetty shared insightful discoveries and deeply motivational concepts. Her engaging presentation captivated us and inspired us to reflect on the significance of fleeting moments. We appreciate the time and efforts she invests in delivering this encouraging program. Thank you, Amy Shetty, ma'am.